Hi everybody, it's Teresa from Life on Nile. Want to go over the basics of making stock. We use stock a lot in all our recipes throughout the year, but more so in the fall and winter because we love soups here. So gather your mise en place, which means just gathering together all the ingredients you're going to use to make your stock. Here we have a garlic, a baseball size onion. Leave those skins, they really add some color to your stock. 2 carrots. I had a parsnip, so that's going in. Leeks and a couple stalks of celery, and of course keep those celery greens because they add a lot of flavor. If you look at the way the leek is cut, it kind of looks like a broom. You put slits all the way around the leek stalk, cutting off the dark green part, and that will allow you to open up the leek under the faucet to really zhuzh and get rid of all that dirt because they're really kind of a dirty vegetable. Cut off the root end before you put it into the pot. Take your vegetables and cut them up coarsely. That carrot will be about 4 pieces, parsnip about 4 pieces. The leek will be in half with the root end gone, and then turn your garlic on its side and cut it across the horizon, and that will really expose all those cloves and give you some great flavor. I always sweat my vegetables in the bottom of a stock pot while I'm making stock. I really like to do that. I think it adds a different depth of flavor to your stock. Put in some olive oil in the bottom, cook those for about 5 minutes, give it a teaspoon of salt to help release some of those juices. It'll get all glossy and shiny, and that's what you want. I had a roast chicken. I took all the meat off and I'm using the carcass to make this stock. You could use raw bones, but I happen to be using a cooked carcass. Lay that on top of your vegetables and then cover with cold water, and you cover the bones and the vegetables completely, about an inch over the top of the bone. You add a bay leaf, about 10 peppercorns, a tablespoon of salt, and a splash of vinegar. Pam Salzman in Kitchen Matters talks about a splash of vinegar in your stock will help pull some more minerals from your bones, and it can't hurt, so I added it in. This is the time you want to take those herbs from your freezer that we stored after our fish fry and what I wrote about in our first newsletter. Take a handful of parsley, couple of stalks of thyme, and some dill, and you'll see when they're added to the stock, they really come back to life and they add some terrific flavor, and you're really stretching your dollars when you do that. So you stir that, bring it to a boil, and reduce it to simmer, and you let this go for about 3 hours. And you can't believe the smell in your house. You're going to love it. So after the 3 hours is done and you really think you've gotten all you can get out of these vegetables, you'll want to strain it, and you'll want to put a pot under that strainer because, funny story, I did once strain it right down the drain. So don't be me. Put a pot underneath it. You can use a stainless steel bowl. I just happen to have a second stock pot. Shake that around a little bit in the strainer so you get all the juices in all those vegetables. You don't want to leave any of your hard work behind, and you end up with beautiful stock. So the ease of using this stock is that within about 30 minutes I had a wonderful soup. I took mirepoix, red onion, because that's what I had, and carrots, celery, finely chopped. That's what mirepoix is. Cook it in the bottom of olive oil, sweat it, add a couple cloves of garlic, put in 10 cups of our brand new stock, a can of fire roasted tomatoes, some frozen green beans, and pulled the meat apart from that chicken that we used to make the stock. And we ended up with a delicious soup that we've all enjoyed. That's it. That's as easy it is to make stock. I hope you give it a